Hi everyone, I'm Lexi, and today I'm going to be talking about pirating of music. Just a quick couple questions. How many of you love music? Go ahead and raise your hand. Alrighty. How many of you guys download on a more or less regular basis? How many of you do it legally? Nice. How many of you do it illegally? Shame on you. I'm just kidding. Okay, so that leads me, for those of you who do it legally, you might not think it has that much of an effect on you, the people around you, the country you live in. But that actually brings me to my major claim. Illegal pirating of music has a significant negative effect on our economy. I will be supporting this with my secondary claims. Pirating of music negatively affects the music industry. And then I will tie it with my second claim with pirating of music has a negative effect of employment in the economy. And then third, pirating of music negatively affects us, the customers of music. Pirating of any media, whether it be of movies or music, has taken a huge effect on our economy and lives of people. Music has become one of the most pirated forms of entertainment in the world and has been made easy to access through a variety of sites, causing a huge amount of financial problems and employment problems in the economy. This leads me to my first claim: pirating of music negatively affects the music industry. So the way the music industry works is that you obviously have an artist, producers, you have the music engineers, everyone that does the background work, people that do the work. They make the music and then they profit off of it once they get into stores, records. I know Amoeba, Amoeba Music in LA, huge factor to that. So according to Mike George, the Director of Investigative Services for the RIAA, which is the Record Industry Association of America, recording studios spend up to $150,000 to produce a CD. That's a lot. And for example, although this person might not be my favorite artist, Justin Bieber's song "Boyfriend" was the fourth best-selling downloaded of all time, and the record label that he works for received over $390,000. iTunes, who featured the song, received over $200,000, and Justin Bieber earned $83,000 from the downloaded song, just that song, not his whole CD, but just that song. Because of pirating of music, this is affecting not only the record labels, but the artist himself and the iTunes and places that profit off selling other people's music. According to a website that specifically focuses on music pirating called The Real Effects of Music Piracy, music piracy is killing sale growth and profits for the music industry. The estimated loss is $4.2 billion a year. According to an article by Amy Atkins, Demand Media on Small Business. Since record companies are seeing decreases in their sales, they're actually cutting back on a lot of the employment that they do have and the things they are producing. And more than over 70,000 jobs are being lost. These including the artists, producers, music engineers, and the writers and everyone that works behind the scenes. Which leads me into how pirating has a negative effect in employment within our economy. Since the employment has gone down a lot within the music industry, I know that we have a music industry program here. It doesn't negatively affect only people that are already in the music industry, but those who are aspiring to be in the music industry. My lovely friend Chris, that is sitting in the front row, aspires to work in the music industry as well, and if this keeps happening, it's going to only make it harder for people who are becoming artists to get a job, and people like him who want to be within the music industry, not necessarily just performing, but selling and behind the scenes stuff. It's going to negatively affect him. In the U.S., because of the pirating, the estimated annual harm that the U.S. economy loses is over $12.5 billion each year. So that's triple from what the music industry loses itself. So from 4.2 to 12.5 in the economy. As for us, which leads me to my third claim, pirating music affects us, the customers. Do you guys remember when iTunes first came out and it was just like 99 cents for a song or maybe less? Have you guys not noticed that it progressively went to like $129? Some songs are about $150 now. It's really upsetting. I ask for iTunes cards for my birthday all the time because it's so difficult to buy songs. This is making it harder for CD and retailers, they're making it harder for them to sell, so they're raising the prices. So iTunes raised the prices, Walmart has raised their prices, and so it's Target. I don't buy CDs anymore because they're so expensive. My mom also tells me just go download it illegally. although I might do it occasionally, it's not something that really benefits us in the long end or the economy. Because of this, jobs are being lost, we have to pay more money, and it's not the best thing in the world, which leads me to why illegal pirating music has a significant negative effect on our economy. Bye.
All right, Lexi, you've got a clear statement of the proposition. There's a pretty solid preview, although I think the distinction between the supporting points is not always as clear as it ought to be. You labeled them and you signposted them as you got to them, so that's fine. Given the audience survey that you did, it appears that there is a little bit of controversy on this issue. At least a lot of people seem to feel that it's appropriate to engage in the behavior that you're about to condemn. So I think that there's a good reason to be making that argument. I think you need, a little bit more background information on the way the music industry has changed since the access to data online and the whole issue of downloading music has come into play. You make a vague reference at the end toward the way the prices have been creeping up. I think that you're implying somewhere that the reason that you're getting that price creep is because people are compensating for whatever losses that are occurring. I think you need to have something that connects those a little bit more. And you don't really have any data on it. You just kind of vaguely refer to a few examples, and you talk about how the price of a CD is really high and people can't afford to do that. I'm going, well, I don't know what world you live in. I mean, I spent a fortune of money on CDs at one point. I remember $18 was the standard price for it, and now I'm buying stuff online for $5 and downloading it. I'm going, what? This sounds like a pretty damn good deal to me. So there's some inconsistency there, and you need to have a little bit firmer data. You're kind of using this sort of generic first-hand experience stuff, and if your experience is different from what other people's experience is going to be, they're going to be asking questions and wondering why it is that you see things so dramatically differently. I thought in the first point you started off pretty well, citing experts and some statistical information. I'm still a little bit confused about the losses. How can we be losing $4.2 billion or $12.5 billion? Is it that it's grown to $12.5 billion? Is it that that's in a different segment of the economy? Yeah, it just feels like there's some inconsistency there that has not been explained in the presentation, and it needs to be more clearly explained. All right, let's stop there and move on. Joshua.